Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and I will pause intermittently here and there to talk about things that are going on, to better explain what's going on and talk about things that I think that are being done right and or done wrong. Without further ado, and without any more speaking issues, we'll get this started.
Hey, we got a reckless drive.
So this is a video that does not have a spokesperson for it. This is not a shooting video. No one gets shot in it or anything like that. But there is some stuff here that I thought was of interest to kind of talk about and explain things that are going on. That way people kind of have an understanding of how things develop and whatnot. But this is from the Volusia, I think that's how you pronounce it, Volusia County Sheriff's Office down in Florida. These guys are chasing after a reckless driver who is going down this way. They attempt to make a traffic stop on him, and he fails the stop. And we'll just take it from there.
Driver's coming up, Euclid coming over to Boston.
Obviously, they haven't initiated the stop yet
SUV.
because there's no lights turned on.
We're doing a stop pulling into Boston Court.
Now it is.
We're going behind Boston Court. It's going to be a 12F probably. Yeah, get over here. It's going 12F. He's right.
So I'm assuming 12F means the person's going to bail on foot.
He's running around the front of the house.
Now,
bail out.
I am by no means a fast person getting out of the car. But that was a little bit of a slow exit from the vehicle. And that was obviously enough time for that dude to really book it out of that vehicle and cover some distance. Now, this officer initially started to head this way, and I suspect that he recognized the fact that the vehicle was still back there and there could have been more people in it. So he turns around.
21 Central, bail out. Boston Court, Boston, India, Lima 10, Juliet, Mike, silver SUV.
Now it looks like his backup has already arrived here, and I think that could have also been why he kind of paused and stopped when he was around the corner of that house. He recognized his backup was here and that they were having visual of the guy. And so I think it's possible that, hey, they see him, I'm going to turn back around and go clear this vehicle. I don't know that for sure. That's just what my gut's telling me. But his backup's here already at the front door. Now pay attention to the noises that are going on in the background. Let me back it up a little bit.
Did he go?
Why you ain't gotta do that? He's gonna open the door. He's gonna open the door. Okay.
Hey, hold the front.
Hey, you ain't opening my motherfucking door.
Where'd he go?
We're not opening.
Hey, hands up. Come here. Hands up.
Hey, sir, that's my son.
Sheriff's office, open the door. We're kicking it in. Sheriff's office, open the door. We're kicking it in.
Okay, so at this point, I'll back it up again. So check out the date and time up here. So it's 0129 Zulu, and it's just these two officers, right?
Sir, that's my son.
Sheriff's office.
Now it's 0137. So those people in the background were causing issues. They were being purposely distractful. They were giving a sensory overload to these officers, trying to distract them from their job. And that is typical behavior from generational shitbag criminal families. That's what they fucking do. Because they've been in this game, this lifestyle of crime their whole fucking life. They know the tricks. They know if you cause enough ruckus and noise, it's going to distract someone, and while they're looking to see what the fuck's going on, or they just cannot focus on every little single thing that's going on, you're going to miss something. And while you're looking over here, because they're fucking hooting and hollering, they're taking the bag of weed and ditching it. And then when you turn around, they're just standing there, and you get over there to them, and then you see the weed on the ground. You can't really say it came from them, because you didn't see them ditch it. Because their family member, their boy over to the side, was fucking hooting and hollering, acting like a fucking idiot, distracting you. So these generational shitbag fucking criminal families do this shit all the time. It was just two of them, two officers. It was unsafe for them to make entry into that dwelling in hot pursuit of the guy, because it was just two of them, with all those people out there acting redonkulous, acting a fool, being extra. That's what they fucking love to say. You being extra. That's what they was doing. They was being extra. So they could not have safely made entry into that building, pushed deep into it with these yahoos out there, not knowing what they could be doing. So they had to wait for backup. Almost 10 minutes later, backup's there. Now they're making entry. So what happened during that time frame? Well, the suspect, from what they believe, from gathering shit called evidence, excuse me, a suspect climbed up into the attic to hide. And then, while this ruckus bullshit was going on outside, distracting these deputies from being able to do their job and go in and get them, and they had to wait for backup, the dude ended up escaping from the house. So they were unable to actually get him at this scene. The evidence that they found that I was talking about, they found his ID and the clothes that he'd been wearing up in the attic, along with like 7 different guns, one of them being an AR-10, which is a .308 rifle, and a bunch of drugs, some MDMA and some marijuana, and they were all packaged in a way that would be consistent for trafficking drugs. Well, they end up getting a warrant for this guy later on and go after him. And we'll play the rest of this and we'll get to that.
Open the door, we're kicking it in. Sheriff's office, open the door, we're kicking it in. Final warning, Sheriff's office, open the door, we're kicking it in.
You ain't gonna do shit. Watch, bitch. Kick that fucking door in. All right. And so that occurred back in March of this year, 2022. So that occurred in March, and now this right here is occurring on June 2nd, 2022. So they've already got the warrant for this guy for his fleeing, evading, and they were out looking for him apparently, and they spotted him, and they go ahead and do a takedown on this guy.
Jump out. Stop. Hands up! Get your hands up. Get your hands up. Get him. Yep, get him.
All right, so kind of have some issues with this. Number one, they're not even doing a felony traffic stop on this guy. It's just these two. There's no one else there. They don't have any backup vehicles, no backup unit, like nothing. There's no one else there except these two deputies. A felony traffic stop should have been initiated. Once he pulled over, go through the process of ordering each occupant out of the vehicle, one by one. First one comes out, have them come back, sound a voice, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. Well, you know what? I'll go into it. So some people may not know what a felony traffic stop is. A felony traffic stop is a specialized traffic stop to safely get people out of the vehicle, detain them, and then go up and clear the vehicle. So a normal traffic stop, police car gets behind the vehicle, activates emergency equipment, vehicle pulls over, officer gets out and walks up to the vehicle, engages in conversation with the persons. In a felony traffic stop, police vehicles behind the suspect vehicle activate emergency equipment, they pull over, come to a stop, and then officers dismount from their vehicles and they take cover behind their vehicles with guns drawn, pointed at the suspect vehicle. And then someone, preferably on a PA system, a loudspeaker, will get on there and they'll say, driver, roll down to the windows of the vehicle, driver, take the keys out of turn the vehicle off, take the keys out of ignition and throw them out the window. And then they'll go through the process of having each occupant of that vehicle, one by one, get out of the vehicle. So they'll start with the driver. They'll say, driver, step out of the vehicle, hands in the air, facing away from the sound of my voice, walk back towards the sound of my voice, don't look back. And then they'll walk all the way backwards to a point that's close to the patrol vehicles, and then they'll have them sidestep several times to the side and back up a little bit more. And then an arrest officer will go up, hook them up, and then using that person as basically like a fucking body shield, they'll get in behind that person, cuff them up, stand them up, and then they'll walk backwards with them using that suspect as a shield in case someone in the vehicle wants to start shooting. Then they'll end up shooting their buddy. They'll get back in behind the vehicles, do a pat down, make sure they ain't got anything on them, and then stuff that fucker in the car. And then they'll go to the next person, passenger, get out, or front passenger, get out of the vehicle, and they'll go through that same process. And then once they have ordered all the people out of the vehicle they can see, they'll call out to the vehicle. They'll say, "You in the vehicle, put your hands up, we're going to see them." Even though they suspect there might not be anybody in there, they'll still go through that just to, in case there is someone in there, see if they'll get their hands to pop up. And if someone's hands pops up, then of course they go through the process just the same. If not, they usually call that verbal command out a few times, and then a team will go forward, and then they'll get up to the vehicle, and then they'll clear the vehicle, make sure there's no one in the cab of the vehicle, and then someone will pop the trunk and clear the trunk. And then the felony traffic stop is done with. So the felony traffic stop, that kind of stuff came about I can't remember very vividly what the history on it is, but a lot of this felony, like these procedures and the safe way of doing things, obviously everything is mostly a result of good guys dying. And so the felony traffic stop stuff, to best of my knowledge, really came about after the Miami shootout with the FBI and the two bank robbers. And that was when there was more standardized, I'm going to say standardized, but more, I guess you could say standardized, more kind of a standardized training on felony traffic stops. Like, hey, this is the safe way to do it. That way, you're utilizing your vehicles for cover in case there's a gunfight, and, you're not coming up to the vehicle, blah, blah, blah. It's just a safer way to do it. And that technique is taught all across the nation in police academies. There may be some variations of it, but that's basically what a felony traffic stop is. It's just a traffic stop with a lot more heightened security and situational awareness involved, because the persons inside are potentially violent and could be armed and ready to pop off at any moment. And for someone like this, where they had previously chased, they ran away, and then they found a shit ton of guns, that would be the best thing to do, is to conduct a felony traffic stop on someone like this and safely get them out of the vehicle and into custody. Coming up on the vehicle like that, we'll back it up. Like that's, whew. I mean, just a normal traffic stop can be risky. You have no idea who the fuck you're dealing with when you get up to that door. I mean, if you were able to run the tags before pulling them over and it came up back to Billy Bob, doesn't mean that's Billy Bob driving that vehicle. It could be someone else. They could have stole that damn vehicle and it just hasn't been reported yet. It could be Billy Bob driving that vehicle. You have no idea what kind of mental state Billy Bob's in. Billy Bob could have just killed his whole fucking family and is now on the way to kill the in-laws. Billy Bob could have a long criminal history. Could be a drug dealer on probation. Who knows? If he gets caught with the 10 pounds of whatever that's in the vehicle, he's going back to prison forever. He ain't going to go without a fight. You have no idea. So just a regular traffic stop can be dangerous. A traffic stop like this, where you're dealing with a known felon who's got guns and is dealing drugs, hell yeah, that's even more riskier. You're dealing with someone who might kill you just to avoid going to jail. So that's why I say a felony traffic stop should have been done on this vehicle. He gets him, hold on. So he pulls him out, and then boom, and it's really quick. And you can see that person in there sitting with his fucking hands down in his lap. Who knows if there's a gun in between the console that he can get. I'll back this up again.
Your hands up.
This officer now has his back to that dude in that passenger seat. What if this dude in the passenger seat pulled a fucking Glock out with an extendo on it and had the full auto sear on the back and just pointed it? He'd lit this officer's back up like a Christmas tree. What if he had an AR pistol down in the floorboard resting between his legs and he brought that damn thing up? Bad tactics right here. I don't like this one fucking bit. No.
Get him. Yep, get him. Just run on.
And this dude, he's already ran once before. Why isn't he running this time? Probably because there's definitely nothing in the car. Probably because there's definitely nothing in the car. He's confident that they ain't got nothing on him now. There's nothing in the vehicle. They can't catch him. They can't get nothing for him. So he's just being chill. Now you can see he's a fit guy. He could most definitely probably run pretty good. Probably scrap somewhat okay. Hold up in a fight all right. It's 2-2. The odds are not in these officers' favor. There needs to be more officers here. If you can outnumber the enemy, that's what you want. You want to outnumber the enemy. The more on your force means it increases your odds of mission success. Increases your odds of not having any casualties. So this whole stop is just fucked up to me.
Stay in the car, don't move. Don't move. Stand by Central, what's your carrying? Just run on. Stay in the car, don't move. Don't move.
Now there was someone who just now pulled up. I just saw their legs right over here in this corner. We'll play it again.
Just run on. Stay in the car, don't move. Don't move.
Yeah, so someone must have pulled up over in here where we can't very easily see them.
Stay in the car, don't move. Don't move. Stand by, Central. What's your carrying? You got
But he don't even have his gun out and have it prepared for the dude in the passenger seat.
nothing on you that we need to know about? The warrant is for fleeing and eluding. I think there's more charges attached to it. The warrant
All right, so that was previously, this was 23-24.
On you that we need to know about? The warrant is for...
Now this is 23:30. So a few minutes have gone by. Now there's another vehicle here. Obviously he's walking him to this one because there's a cage in that vehicle. The truck that they were in, obviously there's no cage in it, so you can't safely transport someone in it. And the video ends
I think there's more charges.
with putting him in the vehicle. So there's his little buddy sitting on the ground over there. This traffic stop could have ended very, very poorly. Very poorly. The officers whose camera we're watching through, he could have taken a round in the back from this dude over here. Or girl. I don't know. I don't know what this is. But he could have taken a round in the back from the passenger right there. Very easily. Even coming on the driver's side vehicle like this dude could have been ready for him, gun out. Even though the officer had his gun out, this dude could have had his gun too and could have initiated contact. And as I've said before in other videos, typically action beats reaction. So the suspect could have got 1 to 2, 3 rounds off before the officer coming up to the driver's side window could have returned fire. He could have got that one round off, the lucky round, and popped that officer in the face, and the officer never would have been able to get a round off. So this is a very unnecessary, risky-ass traffic stop that they initiated. I should have waited for another unit to get there and initiated the felony traffic stop just to be on the safe side. I mean, it's no secret right now with the way things are in our society. It's almost like fucking open season on police. If you got a badge, you're a fucking target. Obama sealed that deal when he was in fucking office. He started the war on police, and it has been going and increasing ever fucking since then. No sense in doing it sloppy. Motherfuckers like this just ready to fucking kill a cop. Ready. Not much else to say about this video. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense, thank you for watching.